Seneca, a prominent philosopher of the Roman Empire, made significant contributions to ancient Stoic philosophy. His correspondence with his friend Serenus regarding methods to free the mind from anxiety and distress forms the basis of a dialogue now known as De Tranquillitate Animi, which translates to On the Tranquility of the Mind. Seneca's words offer more than simple advice to stop worrying about trivial matters. They guide us towards understanding what truly deserves our attention to achieve peace of mind. This video delves into Seneca's suggestions for calming the mind, originally intended to help Serenus become more composed. One day, Serenus wrote to Seneca about the mental turmoil he faced in daily life. In his letter, he pleaded for guidance on how to free himself from his emotional burdens, to which Seneca responded with a letter full of insightful counsel. From this exchange, I've identified 7 key suggestions to attain mental tranquility. Let's explore them together. The first point, do not rely on hope. Seneca noticed that many people are consumed by worry about the future, causing their minds to seldom focus on the present. They become obsessed with desires and spend their energy chasing after them. They envision how the future should unfold for them, and when it does not align with their expectations, they spiral into despair. These individuals not only become trapped in constant dissatisfaction, but also fall into chronic depression. They are wholly dependent on hope. Seneca wisely noted, they pray in every way, forcing themselves into undeserving and difficult tasks, and when their efforts yield no results, they are tortured by useless disappointment, suffering not because they wished for the wrong thing, but because they wished in vain. A useful method to counter this mindset is Amor Fati, the love of fate. By adopting this attitude, we not only pursue our goals, whether short-term or long-term, but we also learn to accept whatever outcome may arise. This helps us stay anchored in the present, rather than fixating on the future or succumbing to disappointment when things don't go as planned. The second suggestion, serve others. It might surprise some, but Stoic philosophy does not advocate for detachment from society. Quite the opposite. It encourages us to engage with our communities in meaningful ways and to contribute to the well-being of those around us. By doing something beneficial for others, we not only stay occupied with purposeful work, but also cultivate a sense of social connection. This not only gives our lives a deeper meaning, but also distracts our minds from unnecessary worries. Although modern society differs significantly from Seneca's time, the concept of service can still be applied today by reflecting on our own abilities and using them to benefit others. For instance, I may not be skilled in construction or technical work, but I have a deep interest in philosophy and experience in making videos. By using these skills to help others, my life gains purpose. Whatever your occupation may be, if you can find meaning through service, that is the path to fulfillment. How does this lead to a calm mind? When we focus on our tasks, we become less distracted by unimportant matters. For example, I've noticed that when I immerse myself fully in creating these videos, there is no room for worrying about current news events or dwelling on negative comments someone may have made in the past. Why should I concern myself with that? I am engaging in something purposeful that brings enjoyment and benefits to others. Only by living in the present can we achieve excellence in our work. Seneca also emphasized the value of friendship. He once wrote, "Nothing brings more joy to the mind than a sincere and trustworthy friendship." Friendship is a great blessing when we have reliable friends, those with whom we can safely share our deepest secrets, whose understanding of us is even less frightening than our self-awareness. Their conversations soothe our anxieties, their perspectives guide our decisions, their joy lifts our spirits, and simply seeing them can brighten our day. Friendship can be a precious addition to life, but we must be wise in choosing our companions. Some friendships revolve around negativity, or worse, become toxic. As we know, emotions are contagious. A loyal and kind-hearted friend can still harm us if they constantly complain or harbor bitterness. Seneca warns that if a friend only brings negative energy and shows no intention of changing, it's best to distance ourselves. Instead, we should seek companions who are not driven by selfish desires or bad habits. Such friends help us grow rather than drag us into misery. A positive friend shields you from negativity and supports your pursuit of happiness. By avoiding toxic people, their destructive behaviors lose the power to disturb the peace within your mind. Seneca also speaks of those who wander aimlessly through life, wasting time moving from one place to another like an ant crawling from branch to branch. This is highly relevant today, with distractions more prevalent than ever. We jump from our smartphones to our computers, from Facebook to Instagram, and even when halfway through a YouTube video, we feel bored and search for something else. The key to achieving tranquility is focusing on a single task and dedicating all our energy to it, pausing only when truly necessary. Personally, when I work, I switch my phone to airplane mode and turn off social media notifications. I also write down my goals for the next day the night before, so my tasks are clear and I don't have to think about anything beyond those objectives. This greatly reduces anxiety and calms the mind. Ultimately, everything comes back to our ability to focus. The power of attention is what separates mediocrity from excellence. Another crucial point is to avoid depending on others' opinions. When we act according to others' expectations instead of our true nature, we are not living authentically. Many people wear masks, feeling pressured to conform to societal standards. Seneca gives the example of a funeral where people might feel it's inappropriate not to cry because everyone else is. In this situation, we're expected to pretend to grieve, even if we don't feel any genuine sadness, just to avoid being seen as cold-hearted. When we rely on others' opinions, we're not truly free. Breaking free from this dependency requires courage, but once we do, we become genuinely brave because we have dared to remove the mask and show our true selves to the world. Yes, we may face ridicule, but isn't that better than being tormented by constant dishonesty? True freedom comes when we no longer play a role to please society. Seneca also emphasizes the balance between solitude and social interaction. Solitude allows us to reconnect with ourselves, creating a desire for the company of others, while being with others makes us long for moments of solitude. These two complement each other and must be balanced to achieve tranquility of mind. Stoicism doesn't encourage us to become reclusive, but it does highlight the importance of solitary activities like journaling and meditation. In my view, solitude is like a battery that recharges after we've spent time in social settings, bringing calm to the mind after periods of interaction. When we are among a crowd, we experience connection with others that brings joy and laughter. Socializing and conversing with people can be an excellent remedy to clear the gloomy thoughts that often arise when we've been alone for too long. Back when I worked at the bank, I thoroughly enjoyed meeting and interacting with people, but at the same time, I longed for a quiet evening to myself. In my current situation, working as a freelancer, I often choose to work in busy places like public libraries or university campuses, just to feel the presence of others and maintain that sense of connection. I also attend social gatherings and parties, though I often find them draining. Yet, after those events, I appreciate my solitude even more. This shows that blending time in crowds with time alone is essential, as they complement and enhance one another. Seneca also advises that the mind needs occasional relaxation. However, his approach is somewhat complex and not always practical. He suggested that the mind could be freed from worries through the use of wine. In my own experience, I can agree that alcohol can bring temporary joy and help us forget our troubles. Yet Seneca wisely emphasized moderation, as even in his time, he recognized that overindulgence in alcohol could be as reckless as a deliberate act of madness. Today, we know that not everyone has the capacity to drink responsibly, and many people drink solely to get drunk, which clearly does not lead to mental tranquility. That said, relaxation doesn't have to involve alcohol, and there are many healthier alternatives in modern society. Instead of drinking, why not go to the movies once a week, or play a video game for some fun? Additionally, I firmly believe that one of the most effective ways to achieve mental peace is through some form of meditation. Meditation helps us calm the mind, dispel chaotic thoughts, and focus on the present moment. It remains one of the most reliable methods for restoring peace to the mind. These are 7 suggestions from Seneca to cultivate tranquility in life. Thank you for watching. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to support the channel.